they just hit shelves. And that's exactly when buyers get stupid. New for 2026 tags on the glass, SHOT Show clips still bouncing around, pre-order sheets filling up, dealers talking allocations, wait lists, first shipments, second shipments, and better grab it now, like rent isn't due. That pressure is the trap. Everybody wants the first Glock 19 Gen 6, the first Staccato HD, the first new Canik setup that makes their old carry gun feel dead. But early buyers are sometimes not customers. They're unpaid testers with receipts. I've been that idiot, card halfway out, already defending a pistol I hadn't even run hard. Not again. So before anybody asks which one is coolest, I'm asking which one is actually worth buying. What changed? What helps? What costs too damn much? One flashy gun gets hurt, and the boring one near the top may be your best buy. The new Shield X had just hit the case in Round Rock, and the Performance Center carry comp already looked like a trap with better lighting. Regular Shield X on the left, carry comp on the right. Same family, bigger price, and that bad feeling companies count on when they dress up a familiar gun and act like they discovered electricity. The PowerPort model still got under my skin. Longer barrel, cleaner trigger, extended grip, 13 and 15 round mags. Just different enough to make walking away feel stupid. So I bought it and drove to a covered public range north of Austin. 97 degrees, sticky hands, sweat down my back, belt already biting. Perfect day for a carry gun to show its teeth. The Shield X carry comp didn't. Blazer defensive ammo, mixed mags, about 150 rounds clean. The ports actually worked. Recoil stayed flatter than a stock Shield Plus, and the bigger grip made Smith look like they finally admitted Shield people wanted control without going full compact. But $650 to $700 changes the mood. Proprietary mags don't help. And if you liked Shields, because they were small, simple, and boring, this one already drifted from that lane. Worth it if you wanted a Shield with more control and softer shooting. Skip it if small and simple was the whole reason you showed up. It charges you for control, and some buyers won't notice until the card already swiped. Why does that tiny carry gun look like it's cheating? That came from the guy beside me at a private ranch range outside San Antonio. It clipped my ego because he wasn't watching me. He was watching the Canik METE MC9. Prime Radian behaved like recoil, forgot to show up. The shelf noise had already been dumb. Texas shops getting them in trickles. Gray ones disappearing first. Online posts screaming in stock, like a warning siren. Then the tag shows up. $850 to $950 for a Canik. That number makes people flinch before the gun does. I wanted it to feel like a dressed up flex. Radian comp setup, aluminum backstrap, mag weld, 17+1 rounds, still under a t-shirt. It should have felt ridiculous. Instead, it made my regular micro carry excuses sound old. Hot hands, dusty berm, fast pairs. The dot kept falling right back into the window. Not drifting, not wandering, just back. 200 mixed rounds later, I should have been smiling. I was annoyed because easy control gets expensive real fast. My money? I'd buy it only if I wanted capacity and flat shooting more than a famous badge. Already own a micro that runs? Sit tight. Don't let this little cheat code bully you into a $900 itch. What came after changed the whole fight. Softer purpose, less punch, and a money argument that starts ugly. That phone call hit before the pistol did. Last month, I walked into a mid-sized shop outside San Antonio, and the counter guy had his shoulder pinned to the receiver, voice a little too loud. Third time this week, they've told me .380 Hellcats are on allocation. We had 8 Friday. They're gone. He hung up and stared at the empty slots, like the case had robbed him. That's where this Hellcat gets uncomfortable, because .380 starts the same fight every time. One guy calls it weak, another says he actually carries it, and everybody pretends recoil doesn't matter until a tiny 9mm beats their hands up. Springfield didn't reinvent the Hellcat here. Optics ready, adaptive grip texture, 11+1 flush, 13+1 extended, light enough for summer carry. The punishment just drops. First-time carriers, older hands, people tired of flinching through practice. They hear this pistol differently. Then the receipt talks. $440 to $530 is real carry gun money. You're paying for less punch because you want less punishment. And that sentence bothers people. Most probably stay with the 9mm Hellcat. Makes sense. More power, same family, easier to defend in a comment section. But some folks walk past this point. 380. Shoot one more snappy little 9 and come back quieter than before. Comfort doesn't win arguments, but it does get carried. What came after this carried a heavier name, heavier expectations, and no room for excuses. The first time the HK CC9 felt real, nobody fired around, small carry class, dry fire tables out, mags empty, everybody pretending they weren't judging belts and holsters. Then somebody handed the CC9 to the quiet guy in the corner. Clean gear, dead face. On that HK owner's silence, like arguing online, was beneath him. He looked down and said, "Finally." That word loaded the gun before a mag ever did. HK waited so long to enter the micro-carry fight that the CC9 walked in with no mercy waiting for it. I wanted fireworks. I wanted every other little pistol in the room to look cheap. The room did go quiet, just colder. The CC9 felt serious, tight, controlled. Grip made sense. Controls felt deliberate. Nothing felt lazy, rushed, or bargain bin. That is real praise, because plenty of new carry guns feel like marketing with springs inside. But it wasn't a miracle. Trigger didn't make me grin. Price gets stiff fast. And this market didn't wait politely for HK. So the CC9 isn't a bad buy, it's a trust buy. If you want HK confidence in a small carry pistol, I get it. If you want the smartest money move in 2026, that little logo has to answer some hard questions. Honestly, I was defending the receipt before the first magazine was empty. The SIG Sauer P211-GT4 sat on the bench after the non-compensated carry version dropped, and I caught myself doing rich guy math. Not need. Permission. That's where normal carry shopping ended, and the trap started grinning. I ordered it in mid-July and picked it up outside Houston. 3 came in, 2 already spoken for, rumors already floating about thin stock and quiet markups. That should have annoyed me. Instead, it made the pistol harder to argue with. Stupid place for your brain to go. I wanted it to feel ridiculous. Steel frame, 4.2-inch bull barrel, SAO flat trigger, SIG Pro optic cut, 21-round P320 mags, low-profile magwell. It sounded like SIG built one pistol for shooters, collectors, and counter lawyers. Then I shot it, and the excuse got stronger. 180 rounds, no failures. Recoil had weight, but stayed controlled. At 25 yards, the accuracy was good enough to irritate me. Under a cover garment, it didn't wear like the giant mistake I wanted it to be. That's the problem. This thing makes you defend the receipt, before the first mag is gone. Polymer micros already solve carry for most people. This SIG seduces you into explaining why they don't solve yours. Then the richer suit walked in, and suddenly this bad decision looked like the warm-up. This thing is dangerous. My friend said it after 3 mags on a private range outside Florence, Texas. He isn't rich, isn't a match guy, and doesn't talk like every expensive pistol deserves a throne. He just stood there with the new Staccato HD C4X hanging in his hand, looking a little pissed off at how easy it made him look. That's the danger. Not reliability, not recoil beating you up. The danger is a carry pistol that shoots so clean, it starts rewriting your standards before your skill catches up. Integral comp, new HD grip, 4-inch bull barrel. All of it works together like friction got fired. The Glock pattern 15-round mags drop free. The host optic sits low. And no grip safety means nothing is arguing with your hand. Follow-ups came back stupid flat. My buddy started shooting like he had unlocked something. Maybe he had. Maybe the gun just hid his rough edges for a minute. Then the money punches you, $3,499 and up. At that point, normal price logic gets ugly. You stop asking if a carry gun should cost this much and start asking why everything else in your safe feels half-finished. My call? The C4X makes sense only for the buyer who is going to keep it, train it, and squeeze years of work out of that performance gap. Everybody else is just renting confidence at staccato prices. I did not want the Glock 19 Gen 6 to be the answer. After all the cooler 2026 pistols, after the comps, metal frames, fancy triggers and guns that make grown men start whispering about feel, some regular guy at the counter ruined it with one question. If you had to buy one today and live with it, which one? Damn it. That question kills half the fun. Because now we're not talking about the pistol that makes the best story. We're talking mags, holsters, parts, training, resale, cleaning it half asleep, carrying it in bad weather, handing it to somebody who does not care about your boutique taste. And the Glock 19 Gen 6 just stood there being boring and correct. It shot like a Glock that got tightened up without turning weird. Familiar grip angle, familiar controls. Cleaner around the edges, but not pretending to be a new religion. It ran, it carried, it answered every dumb practical question before the cooler guns finished making excuses. Is it exciting? No. Still Glock-shaped. Still has a trigger people complain about. Factory sights still get side-eye. Nobody buys this thing to feel interesting. But a lot of new pistols make you excited at the counter. Glock makes you calm after the receipt. Worth it for the buyer who wants the safest 2026 answer, not the loudest one. Skip it only if your pistol has to entertain you. The Gen 6 does not ask you to become someone else. It just makes the boring answer harder to regret. New pistols are fun until the receipt hits your pocket and the first ugly range day shows up. Then the launch hype gets real quiet. Some of these 2026 guns make sense. A couple earn attention. A couple need more rounds, more sweat, and more regular buyers before I trust them anywhere near a belt. A clean shelf tag doesn't mean a clean record. So tell me straight, which one are you buying right now? Which one stays in the case? And which one already smells like a full-price mistake? Drop the real story below, not brand war nonsense. I'm Steve. Shelves move fast, trust moves slow.